Welcome to Final Bow. I'm Kenneth. Today, we pause to honor those remarkable souls who took their final bow, leaving behind memories that still live within us. Through their passion and dedication, they touched countless hearts. As we remember them, we celebrate their journey and the lasting impact they made on the world. Alan Osmond, the eldest member of the Osmonds, is remembered for his role in shaping one of the most recognized family music groups of the 1970s. Beyond the stage and spotlight, he was a steady presence in a family legacy that reached audiences around the world. His life reflected dedication to both music and the people closest to him, carrying forward a sense of unity and purpose that defined much of his journey. Living with quiet strength. For many years, Alan lived with multiple sclerosis, a condition that gradually changed his daily life. Instead of focusing on limitation, he chose acceptance and patience. Over time, he found strength in slowing down, learning resilience in quieter moments, and embracing life as it came. His approach reflected calm endurance and a grounded perspective shaped by experience rather than resistance, a legacy of purpose and kindness. Even when his abilities changed, Alan continued to contribute in meaningful ways through encouragement, presence, and connection. He valued uplifting others and staying close to family, believing that purpose evolves rather than disappears. His story leaves behind a reminder that a life built on love, creativity, and compassion continues to resonate far beyond any single moment. Prisilla Anderson, former choreographer for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, passed away at 45 after a long battle with cancer. She was known for her strength and creativity, and her passing was shared through a heartfelt message that reflected peace, gratitude, and acceptance. Career in dance and performance. She built a strong career as a hip-hop dancer, performing with artists like Britney Spears, Rihanna, and Snoop Dogg. Her energy and style helped her stand out in entertainment. She later became a choreographer for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, where she contributed fresh movement ideas and brought her professional experience to performance routines, public life, and media appearances. She reached wider recognition through Netflix series Country Ever After, which followed her life with husband Coffey Anderson. The show highlighted her work, family life, and personal challenges, presenting a balanced view of her journey as a performer, wife, and mother, family, faith, and legacy. She is survived by her children and close family. In her final message, she expressed deep love for them and emphasized faith, peace, and gratitude. She encouraged them to remember her with strength rather than sadness, leaving behind a legacy of resilience, creativity, and lasting inspiration. Daryl Sheets, widely known for his long-running role on Storage Wars, has reportedly passed away at the age of 67. His death has been met with sadness from fans who followed him for years on television. He became one of the most recognizable faces of reality auction shows, remembered for his bold personality and larger-than-life presence. For many viewers, he wasn't just a cast member, but a key reason the show felt exciting and unpredictable, leaving a lasting impression on the reality TV landscape. Career on Storage Wars Sheets built his reputation long before television fame, working for decades in the storage auction business. He earned the nickname The Gambler due to his willingness to take big risks when bidding on abandoned storage units. When Storage Wars premiered in 2010, his confident style and sharp instincts quickly made him a standout figure. The show turned storage auctions into mainstream entertainment, and his discoveries and reactions helped shape some of its most memorable moments across multiple seasons. Life and family. Outside of television, Sheets often spoke about the importance of family in his life. He shared a close bond with his son, Brandon Sheets, who also appeared alongside him during auctions and learned the business firsthand. Those who knew him describe a person who valued personal relationships deeply, balancing his high-energy professional life with moments centered around family. His connection with loved ones remained an important part of his identity beyond the screen. Legacy and impact. Daryl Sheets leaves behind a legacy tied to both his career and his personality. He helped bring attention to a niche world of storage auctions and turned it into widely followed entertainment. Fans remember him for his fearless approach, memorable finds, and authentic presence on screen. His influence continues through the show's lasting popularity, and he will be remembered as someone who brought energy, risk-taking spirit, and character to reality television. Lee Najar, a businessman known for his connection to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, has passed away at 68. His daughter Caitlin Najar confirmed the news on April 20th, sharing emotional tributes and personal memories. He reportedly died on April 18th, though no official cause has been made public. His passing has drawn attention from fans who remember him as a quiet but notable figure linked to early seasons of the series. Known public persona. He was widely recognized by viewers through the nickname Big Papa, referenced during the show's early seasons. Although he never appeared on screen, his presence became part of the storyline surrounding Kim Zolciak, adding intrigue and speculation among audiences. Over time, discussions around their relationship became a recurring topic, blending curiosity with controversy. Despite the attention, Najar largely stayed out of the public eye, maintaining a private and reserved approach to life, family, and private life legacy. Beyond television mentions, Najar was a family-oriented man, survived by his wife Kimberly and their 4 children. His daughter shared heartfelt tributes, posting memories and handwritten notes that reflected their close bond. Those who knew him describe him as private, valuing family time over attention. While the public knew him through reality TV connections, his true legacy remains rooted in his devotion to loved ones. Patrick Muldoon, best known for his breakout presence in the 1990s, was widely recognized for his work in popular television series such as Melrose Place and Days of Our Lives. He became a familiar face during that era, building a steady fan following through both daytime and primetime roles. His career also extended into film, where he appeared in the sci-fi cult favorite Starship Troopers, sharing screen space with well-known actors of the time. Over the years, he maintained a consistent presence in the entertainment industry, taking on a variety of roles that showcased his versatility beyond his early heartthrob image. Passing. Reports from family sources indicate that he passed away at the age of 57 at his home in Los Angeles after a sudden medical emergency early Sunday morning. He was discovered unconscious after a short period of being unresponsive, and emergency responders were unable to revive him. Recent work. In the years leading up to his passing, Muldoon continued working in film and production. He was involved in upcoming projects including Dirty Hands, which also features Denise Richards, and had shared involvement in another production titled Cockroach. Legacy. Those who worked with him often described him as energetic and committed to his craft, and his passing marks the end of a long-standing career connected to a defining period of television and film. Shaquille O'Neal's early life in Newark was shaped by hardship long before fame ever entered the picture. He was raised in an environment where uncertainty was normal and stability was rare. His biological father left when he was just an infant, leaving behind a young mother, Lucille, to raise a rapidly growing child in difficult conditions. Their small apartment often reflected the struggles outside, limited resources, constant financial pressure, and a sense of quiet resilience. Shaq grew up noticeably larger than other children, which made him stand out in ways that were not always kind. Instead of feeling included, he often felt observed or misunderstood. Yet, within that environment, he also absorbed early lessons about endurance, watching his mother work tirelessly to provide even the basics. Those early years shaped not only his physical strength, but also the emotional foundation of a boy who learned early that life would require him to fight for everything he wanted. Discipline, and a new father. Figure. When Shaq was around 8, a major shift entered his life with the arrival of Philip Harrison, an Army sergeant who became a strong parental figure. Harrison brought structure, discipline, and order into a household that had previously been defined by struggle and unpredictability. There were no dramatic speeches or instant emotional bonds. just expectations and consistency. Early mornings, physical training, and strict routines became part of Shaq's daily life. While the discipline was demanding, it also provided something he had never fully experienced before: direction. At times, it felt intense and even overwhelming for a young boy still processing abandonment, but it also gave him structure that shaped his identity. Beneath the firmness, there was quiet care, expressed through actions rather than words. Over time, this environment helped Shaq develop discipline and mental toughness, even if he still carried internal fears of rejection and not being enough. Discovering basketball and opportunity. As Shaq grew taller and stronger, his presence on the basketball court became impossible to ignore. In school and later in organized programs, his size and coordination attracted attention from coaches who saw potential far beyond the average player. One key moment came when a coach recognized his talent and encouraged him to consider a future in basketball seriously. That encouragement marked a turning point, shifting the sport from a pastime into a possible life path. Eventually, Louisiana State University became his destination, offering structure, opportunity, and a stage where his abilities could be refined. Even then, Shaq did not fully escape his internal doubts. The move represented more than athletic advancement. It was a chance to step away from uncertainty and toward something stable. Basketball gradually became a language through which he could express power, discipline, and emotion, setting the foundation for what would become an extraordinary professional journey. College years and inner pressure. At LSU, Shaq quickly established himself as one of the most dominant players in college basketball. His physical presence, combined with relentless effort, made him stand out nationally. However, beneath the success was a constant internal pressure that few people saw. Every game felt like more than competition. It felt like proof of survival. The fear of failure was deeply rooted in his upbringing, where setbacks carried emotional weight far beyond the court. Even when he excelled, the sense of having to prove himself never fully disappeared. While others saw rising fame and recognition, Shaq experienced an ongoing mental struggle tied to identity and security. He trained intensely, often pushing himself beyond comfort, not just to win, but to avoid falling back into a life of struggle. College became both a stage for his talent and a testing ground for his emotional resilience. NBA rise and early dominance. When Shaq entered the NBA, his impact was immediate and transformative. His combination of size, strength, and skill changed how the game was played, forcing teams to rethink defensive strategies. Early success with Orlando established him as one of the league's most dominant forces. Later, his move to the Los Angeles Lakers elevated him to global superstardom. Championships, MVP awards, and historic performances defined this era as he became a central figure in basketball culture. Yet behind the public image of dominance, the physical toll of the game was already accumulating. Injuries, recovery sessions, and constant pressure became part of his routine. While fans saw highlights and victories, Shaq experienced a demanding reality that required constant physical and mental effort. His career was not just built on talent, but on endurance through pain and responsibility at the highest level of professional sport: partnership, conflict, and transition. During his time with the Lakers, Shaq formed a legendary partnership with Kobe Bryant, but also experienced tension that became widely discussed in sports media. Both players had strong personalities and different approaches to leadership and preparation, which created friction despite shared success. Media narratives often intensified the situation, framing comparisons and conflicts that added external pressure. While they achieved multiple championships together, the relationship remained complex. Eventually, organizational decisions led to Shaq's departure from Los Angeles, marking the end of a dominant era. The transition felt deeply personal, not just professional. Leaving a franchise where he had reached his peak brought emotional weight, as it symbolized change and uncertainty. For Shaq, it was another reminder that even success in sports does not guarantee permanence or stability, and that every chapter eventually comes to an end regardless of achievements. Miami championship, and physical decline. Shaq's move to Miami brought renewed purpose and another championship, proving he still had the ability to contribute at the highest level. However, this phase also marked the beginning of noticeable physical decline. Years of intense play had taken a toll on his body, and recovery became increasingly difficult. Knee pain, back issues, and reduced mobility started to affect his performance. Despite this, he adapted his game and embraced a supporting role alongside younger teammates. Winning another title reinforced his legacy, but it also highlighted the reality that his peak physical years were behind him. The contrast between past dominance and present limitations became more visible. While he remained effective and respected, he was no longer the unstoppable force he once was, signaling a natural but difficult transition in a long and demanding career. Final NBA years and retirement. In the final years of his career, Shaq played for multiple teams, including Phoenix, Cleveland, and Boston. Each stop represented an effort to extend his playing days and contribute his experience to new environments. However, injuries and physical limitations increasingly defined his role. He transitioned from superstar to veteran presence, offering leadership rather than dominance. His body, once the foundation of his success, now required constant care and adjustment. Movements that were once effortless became difficult, and recovery between games grew longer. Eventually, his final appearance on the court marked the quiet end of an era rather than a dramatic farewell. Retirement did not come with the grandeur often imagined for legends, but with the quiet recognition that his body could no longer sustain the demands of professional basketball. It was the conclusion of a long and physically demanding journey, personal struggles, and emotional distance. Outside of basketball, Shaq's personal life went through significant challenges, including the breakdown of his marriage. The end of his relationship with Shawnee, who had been a central part of his life for years, brought emotional difficulty and reflection. The separation revealed how fame, pressure, and personal choices can strain even strong bonds. In the absence of stability, he experienced periods of loneliness despite his public success. Large homes, wealth, and recognition did not eliminate emotional distance. Instead, they often amplified it. Shaq later reflected on his mistakes with honesty, acknowledging the complexity of balancing personal relationships with an intense career. These experiences became part of his broader understanding of accountability, growth, and the long-term consequences of personal decisions made under pressure and distraction. Family loss is in deep pain. One of the most difficult chapters of Shaq's life came through family tragedies. The loss of his sister deeply affected him, creating emotional pain that no professional success could ease. Additionally, moments involving his children's health challenges brought intense fear and vulnerability. During these times, the strength he was known for publicly felt fragile in private. Hospital rooms replaced arenas, and personal concern replaced competitive focus. These experiences reshaped his perspective on life, reminding him that achievements and status hold little meaning in moments of personal crisis. He confronted emotions that could not be solved through discipline or success, only through acceptance and support. These events marked a shift in how he viewed his priorities, placing greater importance on family, presence, and emotional connection over external accomplishments, reflection, healing, and giving back. In later years, Shaq began focusing on rebuilding his life through reflection and service to others. He became deeply involved in charitable work, supporting families facing financial hardship, funding education initiatives, and contributing to community development programs. These actions were not driven by publicity, but by personal understanding of struggle. Having experienced poverty and instability himself, he related strongly to those he helped. He also focused on improving his health, addressing long-term physical issues, and managing the consequences of years of athletic strain. Through these efforts, he found a renewed sense of purpose beyond basketball. Helping others became a way to process his own past while creating positive impact in the present. Legacy at 53. At 53, Shaquille O'Neal reflects on a life shaped by extremes, struggle and success, pain and achievement, isolation and impact. His legacy is not defined solely by championships or records, but by the full journey of a man who navigated hardship and fame while constantly evolving. Physical limitations remain part of his daily reality, yet they coexist with a deeper sense of gratitude and awareness. He recognizes that his story is not only about dominance in sport, but about transformation through experience. From a boy in Newark to a global icon, his path reflects resilience shaped by both suffering and growth. Today, his focus is less about what he achieved and more about what he can give. His life stands as a reminder that greatness is not only measured in victories, but in the ability to turn personal pain into meaning and contribution for others.